just the intensity that you feel for this being from here?
Yeah, it's really kind of hard to put into words if you don't feel it yourself. It's just kind of like I don't know, just growing up knowing this it's always going to be Team Illinois versus Ohio State every single year at the end of the season when all the marbles is on the table. That's kind of just something that I watched growing up, and now being able to live it and being a part of it is kind of surreal, but it's also like I got a duty to where I'm from, the people who I grew up with, to get this win.
What's funny is that there aren't as many Ohioans in this game as there used to be on both sides. We used to have a ton. You guys have a lot, but not as many as you used to. A lot of that's just demographics and things like that. But what do you think? Any significance you place in that maybe not as many Ohioans are in it?
So now everybody on both sides know what this is about. So
what changed this off season when you, as a reaction to the loss like that?
Everything, just the mentality, the way we work out, the way we lift, the way we run, the way we carry ourselves. We realize that we got to do more.
It's one thing for coaches to we're gonna do this, we're gonna have leadership groups and all that stuff, but players don't have to take initiative and actually want to do that stuff.
Yeah.
Have you seen that kind of grow throughout? And are there examples maybe that you'd like to share moments when?
No, yeah, 100%. I don't know an example, but guys stepped up for sure. Guys, we addressed the issues, and we had a team meeting. We addressed all the issues, just open, honest, just cut our hearts open, and just this is what happened. This is what we can't let happen again. This is what we need to do. And that's kind of the steps we've taken this year.
I know you probably don't pay that much attention to stuff that's said on social media, but there were things that were said from that program, whether it's the born on third base stuff or the finesse team stuff. Did you guys kind of internalize any of that stuff and take that to heart?
Yeah, we heard it.
Man, you're too big to be looking at me like that.
Zach, Ty said last week this offseason was the hardest one he's been a part of here. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think so.
Why was it so hard, so different?
Just kind of reestablish who we are. Just reestablish what got Ohio State to be Ohio State. I feel like we kind of got away from that. We almost felt like we're Ohio State, we're supposed to win, but now we gotta go win games, and it's not just as easy as we might have thought it was. Being the younger guys and watching the older guys win those games.
You mentioned after the Maryland game in the offseason, you guys lifted weights every day. Is that different than years past?
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
After the Maryland game, I asked you kind of what changed about the mindset. You said in the offseason you guys lifted every day.
Yeah.
Was that different than years past? Okay.
No, we lift every day, every year. Yeah.
Was it a different intensity?
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
Zach, Coach Knowles was talking about how you guys are preparing for Blake Corum, regardless of what's going on right now, injury-wise. How do you prepare for him, and what makes him so challenging to defend?
I'd say his biggest, his best attribute to me is his contact balance. He rarely goes down with the first guy. You definitely got to, rally to the football and get hats on him, because if not, he can slip through tackles and make guys miss in the hole. And he's got good patience and he's a good back. He's a really good running back. So, we got to respect that and treat him as such.
Zach, how do you think this defense has played the run this year?
Good.
What have you liked about it in particular, especially on the defensive line? I mean, you're obviously a very good one-game defender. Why do you think it's been good?
Just taking pride in it. Just taking pride in stopping the run and being physical.
Zach, how was Coach Knowles talked about when he came here? He gave you guys kind of a blank slate and didn't really dwell on last year's loss to Michigan. What has been sort of his approach to the rivalry like that coming off that loss? Do you like that he kind of gave you guys a blank slate, hasn't really dwelled on that loss, kind of like your coach in that regard?
I don't really know. We'll see today, really, how he addresses the defense and our defensive meeting today.
Zach, there's been a big emphasis on toughness this year. What do you think makes this team tougher maybe in years past, or just what separates this team?
Just we've been through some stuff as a team now. We got calluses, we got cuts, we got bruises and scars, and that's the best way to make you tough. Just going through things and experiencing things and winning and losing, and just knowing that this game is hard. You gotta be tough to go play at a high level.
How much is the quarterback run being emphasized right now in terms of defending J.J. McCarthy? For you guys, you're strong defensive ends, you crash hard, but sometimes containing can be difficult. How are you balancing that?
Yeah, he's definitely dynamic, and we got to keep in mind that he has the ability to pull the ball at any moment and run for a big game. So we just got to be aware of that and know that that's a possibility.
when you come off the kind of performance you had against Maryland, is there a different kind of high, even going to a game like this that already has so much hype? Do you feel even more confident now?
Confidence, yeah, but I mean, this is a whole different challenge, a whole new week, so, we got to go out there and improve it every single week.
And in that same vein, do you guys feel like this is the start of a new season? I know, you've already played 11 games, but in a way, it's been building up to this.
I don't know if it's the start of a new season, but we just know the importance of this game. We know that this means everything. This game means everything. So,
when did you know, when you were younger, saying to growing up watching this game, that you were watching something, or wherever you were watching it, that was super important? When did it hit you? Do you remember?
my parents aren't big football fans, so I never they weren't diehard Buckeye fans. But I was always watching the games because I'd go to my friend's house and watch it, and then really just watching it on TV and seeing some of the guys out there on the field fighting, and then coming back to school and then hearing all the team of North fans, they would get bullied, they would get made fun of, laughed at, and by all the Ohio State fans, because there's always one in every class in elementary schools in Ohio. So just that kind of thing is like, oh, this is serious. This is more, especially now realizing that this is more than just a football game. This means a lot.
And then when you're at home for this game, how much? It's obviously been 4 years. Some guys haven't had a chance to do it. How much more special does it make it that it's here with these two teams being 11-0?
Yeah, it means a lot. To have BuckeyeNation at our backs and being behind us and being there for us, that's definitely gonna help a lot.
You said you feel like you've been.
All right, so you mentioned it being more than just a game. Of course, this is a game specifically where players can forge a whole legacy. Is that something that enters your mind at all as players going through this week?
Yeah, we know this. Coach Mick always says, legends are made during this game. So it's a big game, and I don't really know how much to address that. It's the biggest game of the year.
Zach, Coach Knowles was saying how much he appreciates that this defensive line really gets after the passer. It almost seems like McCarthy at times almost can invite the rush because he knows he wants to try to escape and get out and run. How do you balance that at all when you want to get after a passer knowing he might want to try to scramble out of it?
We just got to rush smart, and I feel like we can do that. Just rush smart and know where the escape lanes are, know where I'm going, know where the other ends are going, the D tackles are going, know where the linebackers fit. Just being aware of everything that the defense has going on, all the pieces to it.
And here you are at the end of your senior year. How do you feel about the football that you personally have been playing this year and that you're playing right now heading into this game?
Yeah, I feel like I'm playing well. I feel like I'm making plays when my team leads me to, and that's something that I take pride in. I want to continue to do.
You've been doing this since your freshman year, but as a senior, I don't know, do you feel it building? And again, you said you take pride in that. I don't know. It just must feel good to be in this place in your career that you've worked for 4 years, you've been a contributor the whole time, and now here you are, I think, probably playing as well as you've ever played in your life.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I said, nothing up until this point matters, until this game means anything, this game means everything. So just focus on that, focus on Saturday.
When you say rush smart, you can never lose your head, right? You said, I got to be aware of this. You can never just, let's go get this son of a gun right now. That you have to be part of this very disciplined type scheme.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's you can't go get the quarterback, but just rushing together is more what I'm saying. Just knowing, like I said, the escape patches, knowing where he likes to run out to and where he's likely to run out to, and just being aware of that as you rush, so you know that if he does step up, he might take off through his gap or something like that.
You said you've been good against the run. You said you've been good against the run this year. Is good enough to win this game? Do you feel like you have to do anything more than you have done, or what you guys have done is good enough? I guess how do you balance understanding this is a big game, but not trying to do anything special, just being who you guys are?
Just playing hard. Yeah. That's really just gotta play hard as you can for 4 quarters.
Zach, obviously, you guys have been thinking about this game for a year. How do you juggle the emotions of the game, the emotions of wanting to get this win back from last year, with also staying disciplined and make sure you guys are fitting the right gaps and rushing smart, like you said? Yeah,
just focus on your responsibility every single play. Try not to let the moment get too big, and just play football. At the end of the day, it's a football. It's football. We've been doing this since we were kids, but it's a big game, like I said. But just once you get on that field, just focus on your fundamentals and what you've been practicing all week.
Zach,
Two more questions.
Last year was really your first extensive playing time in this rivalry. Were you expecting it to be as physical as it was? I mean, obviously you grew up watching it.
Yeah.
Did you know that it was going to feel that way once you got on the field?
I knew it was going to be physical. I knew it was going to be real physical, but like I said, like everybody saw, we weren't physical enough to match them, and that's not a secret. So it's something that we gotta change.
What was it? Maybe was there a mental hey, in your life you haven't seen Ohio State lose to them but once in your life? Were you just part of this mindset of hey, we can't lose to these guys, or was there any of that?
Probably. Yeah, probably.
That's it for me.
No, sorry.
Cool. Appreciate you guys.